So do you think that, okay, you said about fermentation and about microbiomes, and I want to talk about microbiome in a second. But do you think that there are some foods like, you know, maybe legumes that are causing more farts than others? And do you have an explanation for that?
Yeah. I mean, food, think about the three biggest variables in our health. Well, there's more than three. There's probably four, minimum, probably five. Sorry. These are things that are coming in, they're affecting you every day. You have light, you have air, you have water, you have movement, and then you have food. These are things every human has to do every day. And they're essential for living. Without them, you stop living in usually a couple days, sometimes a month. Depends on how strong you are. Food is highly important to what happens, and each food is complex, and basically nature shows up to the food that you eat. And so in other words, what does that mean? It basically means that there's microbes everywhere throughout your digestive tract, and if you're feeding it legumes, certain microbes are specialized in breaking down those legumes, as well as there's certain types of sugars and carbohydrates in those legumes that are inherently a bit more gassy. And so that's why there's lots of jokes about beans. Legumes are, beans and legumes are the same family of food. And so beans inherently contain various types of polysaccharides, and especially one class is called raffinose, that are essentially very difficult for a human to break down. And they end up causing a bloom of bacteria that sort of feed on that bloom. Just like the algae blooms in the ocean, your microbiome will bloom to whatever you feed it. This often causes gas and bloating. This is why you have a lot of products that contain the enzyme alpha galactidase, because that is a microbiome enzyme. It's an enzyme made by bugs to help break down those sugars, well, not sugars, those carbohydrates in the legumes. And without it, you basically increase the fermentation potential of those foods. So anything that's high in polysaccharides and raffinose, this can also include broccoli. Some people talk about getting broccoli farts or cauliflower farts or Brussels sprouts, cabbage. People can struggle with these foods because of the types of carbohydrate structures inside of them. Everything is a give and take with nature. It's never just like, oh, that happened and I can't eat legumes. It's like, no, the body's built to digest legumes. The question is, why is your body not digesting them?